So today, I am doing two things. I am getting ready to pull out the heater core because I'm having a leak inside the car, and I did bypass it, so I wouldn't have to pull out the heater core at the time being. And it's pretty cool. I used the factory piping that so you can see like right here. So your heater core assembly that comes off of here. I forgot how it goes. I think it'll loose back around, and you have the little device that this attaches to and adjusts your from hot to close. It actually closes the coolant from coming in. Well, I eliminated all that, put that up for now, and I used the same piping, and I just turned it and looped it back around so it can just bypass, and it'll cycle through, and it'll go back into the motor and to wherever it goes, temporary. But that's what I did for now, and as you can see, motor's still out of the car. I want to pull the heater core out, and I thought you could do it without pulling out the dashboard. I have all the bolts unbolted, and I can wiggle it. I just can't really get it free wherever it's sitting at. So right now, as you can see, I got the whole car. Starting off is you have these two holes and this one, and that's going to pull your airbag out. You got to make sure to disconnect your battery, and you take out this plastic piece on the bottom, and you just pop that off. It just clips. And first thing first, you take off your dashboard. You got screws on each side of the car on the dashboard right there, and you gotta pop your trim off, and you got two Phillips right there that hold the dashboard. We're gonna pop this trim off right here, and there's a couple more screws back there which I will show y'all here in a minute. So let me get out of here real quick. But like I said, I have a whole car torn apart right now. I mean, it is my second car. I do daily it every now and then, or not daily it, but I really just my weekend car. And here's your other one right here. So let me pull off some of these trims, and we'll get back at it, and I'll show you what else you got to do. And then after that, we can get to the heater core, and I can get back to diagnosing. Alright, so here we are again. So as I mentioned earlier about taking off these screws on the side, and the three for the airbag, and you're gonna have one more right here, one on the other side. Let's see, I got a fucking mess in here. I'm gonna have one right there, one right here, and of course that's after you take off all the plastic. And I really don't want to make a video doing all that. I'm just kind of keeping it simple for the main bolts. And after you take off your trim, cluster, then what you're gonna have to do is you'll have two tins right here, another one here, and then after that a lot of people take off the steering wheel. I think it'd just be easier I thought it'd be easier just to unbolt the steering column, which should be, as you can see, there's a screw right here. I left it on after I took off the bracket, but the bracket's here. Then you have two more right here, and then therefore you can just hang, and I'll be able to pull the dashboard out. I'll go ahead and put the steering column back, because I'm gonna do some testing for the short that I have for my windows. Trying to figure all that out, and also because I got to take out my heater core. But just gonna go ahead and pull that out. But it's simple as that. Two side screws. You got three for the airbag. Like I said, you can get under the dashboard, pop that trim out, get the airbag out first, then pop those two tins. Then you have the two in the middle, and then you got the two up top and 4 bolts to undo the steering column. And also you got to pop off these side trims, and then the dashboard will come right out. And make sure when you're pulling out, see it's getting stuck on these this plastic piece right here. So make sure you don't get caught on and tear your leather piece. But yeah, that's it. Let me get this out and so you can see how it looks underneath. Here we have it. It's finally out. One thing I did forget to mention is on the bottom side of the steering wheel, there is a little plastic piece that runs from here to here. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, it's just a little piece right here, from here to here. I'm sorry, right here to here. There we go. And you won't be able to get the steering column down without that piece being removed. I ended up cutting it out. I'm eventually going to put a roll cage that runs behind the dashboard, so when I remove the dashboard, the roll cage will stay in place. So I didn't really care much about it. Plus, the plastic trim around the steering steering column, it covers it up anyway. So to me, it was like no big deal. I'm just gonna cut it. That way, when I pull the dashboard out, I don't have to worry about pulling the steering wheel off and all that bullshit. And another thing is, this is a wiring harness that ran through the dashboard. You gotta follow it all the way towards the firewall and find whatever plugs it plugs into. And once you unplug them, there's little clips inside the dashboard, and you can just pop them off the clips, which would be these little things right here. So you pop those off the dashboard, unclip the harness, and then you'll be able to fish it out. And yeah, that's it for that part. So that's how you remove a dashboard. I think mine was a little bit easier just because I've already had everything removed, a lot of the trims and stuff. So what I'm going to do next is I'll just go ahead and bolt this back up so it won't be hanging. I got to test a few things. And if you're removing your heater core, you got to remove your dashboard. I think there's a way to remove only half of the heater core, which I would believe would be just the AC side, if I'm correct. Test a few things. And if you're removing your heater core, you gotta remove your dashboard. I think there's a way to remove only half of the heater core, which I would believe would be just the AC side, if I'm correct. I think it's just the right side. I'm not sure if you can see it. I looked in the manual and it just looks like only the right side comes off without removing the dashboard. But I think if you want to do the heater core, you have to remove the whole thing. I'm not 100% correct on that, but in my case, I had to remove the dashboard anyways. So yeah, if you're gonna do your heater core, remove your dashboard, and yeah, and that's it for the dashboard. If you're trying to remove your dashboard, just follow a few little steps. And I'm gonna start removing this heater core and get back at y'all. If anything, I'll make a video on that. But yeah, give it a like if y'all liked how I did it, or if not, I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll get back at y'all.